5 a.m. on this Wednesday morning, September 30th, 2020. It's time now for the Peter Channel morning news on this Wednesday morning, September 30th, 2020. Get on! Time's 5 a.m. and the Norton temperature 75 degrees. Top stories on the Peter Channel morning news at 5 on this Wednesday morning is Anthony Scaramucci says the first presidential debate was an embarrassment to the U.S. President Trump campaign demands answers on Hunter Biden's $3.5 million wire transfer from Russian billionaire. Biden and Harris released IRS tax returns ahead of debate. Trump offered Amy Coney Barrett the Supreme Court of the U.S. job less than 72 hours after Ginsburg's death. 2020 fire damage to Napa Winery that we part C 2017 and it may not be done. Wisconsin. Absentee ballot counting extension approved by federal appeals court. Kentucky AG says grand jury in Breonna Taylor case could have made an assessment about different charges. Trump says he paid millions in income taxes, and Biden says show us your tax returns. Plus, a hopeful COVID-19 stimulus deal will be reached. Azerbaijan and Armenia reject talks as Karabakh conflict widens. Kuwait Emir Sheikh Shabbat Al Sabah dies at age 91. COVID-19 cases jump in Canada prompting new restrictions. Florida reports spike in no coronavirus cases days after restrictions relaxed, while New Jersey reports 10 more COVID-19 deaths and 505 new cases. Ocean Colony tops list again. GM extends talks in $2 billion deal with Nicole after fraud sexual assault allegations service against Trevor Milton. 7 airlines close billions of dollars in loans with Treasury. Seattle passes minimum pay rate for Uber and Lyft drivers. Look at that stocks today. Down 131.40 at 27.52.66. SP 5 down 16.13 at 33.35.47 and Nasdaq down 32.28 at 11.85.25. X Nissan boss Carlos Cousin launches executive training to revive Lebanon's economy. SpaceX found surprising heat shield in water, where after NASA astronaut mission, how SpaceX brought internet back to Washington devastated by fires. Ancient underground lakes discovered on Mars. Biden accuses Trump coronavirus lies as president pushes speedy vaccine timeline. With flu season around and Delaware's rep officials urge citizens to get vaccinated, and Australian scientists develop an isolated spray that could stop COVID-2 infection. Peter Channel News Time is 5:03. Time now for Peter Channel Sports Report. NBA Finals will start tonight in Orlando with Game 1 of the NBA Finals between the Miami Heat and the Los Angeles Lakers. Minnesota Twins record postseason losing streak hit 17 as Minnesota throws away Game 1 versus Astros a wild card series 4-1. Astros beat the Twins. And the White Sox over the A's 4-1. Tampa Bay Rays over the Blue Jays 3-1, and the New York Yankees over the Cleveland Indians 12-3. Anthony Davis on playing his first NBA Finals with the Lakers. No more Chicagoland Speedway NASCAR racing ever, and Derek Water, Marcus Allen, still his game against the Titans. Peter Channel News Time 5:04. Time now for to take a look at the local scene. More vast cases could impact hybrid learning model in Attleboro schools. Attleboro area voters receive mail-in ballots for November election soon. Attleboro's full hospital part of healthcare giant hit by apparent ransomware attack. Patriot Place in Foxborough announced a fundraiser walkthrough and Alzheimer's will be virtual. Ex-Mexican man cut off too short after credit GPS based on official said. Peter Chill News Time, 5:04. Time now for a traffic and transit check. Baby! On the MBTA, it's gonna be subway, commuter rail, and ferries. They're looking good. Okay, take a look at the highways and byways of New England on this Wednesday morning. Looking at province vicinity, looking good, except in 295. A little bit slow before Route 1 in North Attleboro, Jamestown, Mount Hope, Saginaw River, and Mount Hope Bridges are all looking good. Route 60 East by side, little sort of Mashpee stretch. Southeast Massachusetts highways are looking good. Boston vicinity, Pike on both ends a little bit slow on the outside tolls. Route 2 East by side, a little bit slow after the 128 out in Lexington. 390, 395, looking good from 128 to New Hampshire border. Central Mass highways are looking good. 91 south by side, so the Northampton stretch and Mass back westbound low, so Russell. And then Mass back slow between Lee and Stockbridge. 84, stop and go, around the Tone, the Vernon, Connecticut at 83 for eastbound side, a little bit slow between East Hartford and Manchester. New Hampshire at 84 westbound side, a little bit slow at Manchester, Connecticut. 84 westbound side, little slow between Waterbury and Deborah, Connecticut. Merritt Parkway westbound side, little slow for Faithful Stretch at 95, and southbound side, little slow between Stratford and Bridgeport. And Merritt Parkway eastbound side, a little bit slow at the Trumbull, Connecticut stretch. And up in North New England, 93 southbound side, little slow Lincoln, New Hampshire, and 91 northbound side, 89 northbound side, so Wellington, Vermont, and 91 south go between Brattleboro, Vermont. And the main turn back a little bit slow around Lewiston, Maine. Peter Chill News Time, 5:06. Time now for weather report, and it is a wild start time on it as it is rainy and windy. And looking at the radar shows a line of showers stretch a line from the central western portion of Massachusetts down in Connecticut and up to Vermont and New Hampshire and up into Maine and stretching down to East New York State and down in northern PA and up to the northern portion of New Jersey. And it's all moving to the northeast. That's going to bring some cool air with it ahead of the front. As it's going to be a rainy and a windy and a humid start to the morning, but for the rest of the day, it's going to be nice. Once this thing passes, it's going to be sunny weather throughout the day. A cold front sweeps across the area. This morning, bringing widespread heavy rain and strong to possibly temperature winds with highest rainfall totals across western Massachusetts and Connecticut. A cool, less humid air, drier air that overspreads the week to this afternoon with lingers on the Thursday. The showers are likely Friday with showers most numerous and heaviest northwest of Interstate 95 corridor. Dry and cool weather returns to the weekend. And number of random showers as possible Sunday night and early next week. High wind warning for most of the Rhode Island, southeast Massachusetts. Level headlines remain the same. Heavy downpours could lead to localized brief urban reported. Turning partly sunny, it'll be breezing much more refreshing in the afternoon hours and the river. Impressive find out of convection is more than the northern New Jersey, just north of New York City at this time. New York City reports have reported gusts to 46 miles per cent. Heavy rain is bringing down some of the strong winds aloft. Meanwhile, temperatures across Rhode Island and southeast Massachusetts at low to mid 70s, while a few degrees cooler. The immediate coast that could both degrees difference with the light rain that came out to escape the worst of damaging winds. The current timing and spell that covers the high wind warning still looks good, and aside from strong and damaging winds that can be locally due to urban portage flooded during the heaviest of the downpours, but most locations will receive some beneficial rain. Below is a consideration of upgraded most of Rhode Island and southeast Massachusetts high wind warning between 4 and 10 a.m. Models are trending even more west of low legit with 850 millbar wind up to 80 knots and 925 millbars up to 70 knots. EFS shows 850 and 925 millbars at 5 to 6 standard deviations above normal. Highly impressive pressure fault, rise fault couplet exceeded 14 millbars between 09Z and 12Z. The surface cyclone will race to the north end, likely to go above Genesis. I see a fault 24 millbars over 24 hours at 0Z. Buffkin side of the shore with a 40 knots with Wiggins down to the well below 1,000 feet at 0Z. Guidance shows Wiggins side with regardless to a well-defined fine line of convection, which would have been very, very favorable, bringing down the temperature winds. And nevertheless, with the noise of LLJ pointed at Rhode Island and southeast Massachusetts, we have increased confidence that at least parts of the area will see some kind of wind damage. These are still fully leave and stress and even the winds of fall just shy of a higher wind warning criteria. The potential higher damage was a airline higher than an advisory. Fall the cold front about 2 points fall rapidly into the 50s during the day. Expect freezing conditions to persist about much of the day is left with steepened, but the risk of temperature winds should decrease as Check that become less oppressive curly. We have used a blend of gathered to map the forecast daytime highs with Western Massachusetts top of the 60s and Eastern Massachusetts a little bit 70s. The highs could be will be reached early in the day as a cold air erection commences in earnest. Should be mostly dry rate, but with play of cold stimulus clouds. New Jersey Camganis did suggest that there could be more sun and clouds beat with breezy west winds by the afternoon hours. And take a look at the high wind warning in effect till 10 a.m. this morning, and south winds 30, 40 miles per hour, gusts up to 60 miles per hour expected in portions of eastern and southeastern Massachusetts and northern and southern Rhode Island until 10 a.m. this morning. And damaging winds will blow down trees and power lines. Widespread power outages to be expected. Travel will be difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles. People should avoid being outside of foresters and around trees and branches if possible. Remain at low levels of your home during a windstorm and avoid windows and use caution or you must drive. Okay, forecast it goes like this. One day it'll be showers possibility thunderstorm before 1 p.m. and then a slight chance of showers between 1 and 2 p.m. Some of the storms produce heavy rainfall. High near 72 degrees. Wind near the southwest wind 26, 36 miles. Decrease 11, 21 miles an hour. Risk of good size. 55 miles an hour. Just pictures 9% and new improvement amount between inch and 11 inch possible. Weather. Most of the skies and gray close sky about 52 degrees. Southwest at about 3 to 8 miles an hour. For Thursday, south sky about 35, low 50 degrees. Southwest at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Good size 24 miles an hour. For Friday, just shot May up to 2 p.m. Most of the south sky about 68, low 46 degrees. Coming given the south around 6 miles in the afternoon. Just page at 30%. Saturday, sun sky about 66, low 42 degrees. Northwest about 6 miles per hour. For Sunday, most of the south sky about 64, low 46 degrees. Coming given the northeast around 5 miles per hour in the afternoon. Monday, check the showers, put the sun sky about 63, low 47 degrees. Common given east around 5 to 7 miles per hour in the morning. Check base at 30%. And for Tuesday, check the showers, put the sun sky about 64 degrees. North at about 5 to 9 miles per hour and become west in the afternoon with good size. 21 miles an hour, chest pitch at 30%. Right now, North Inland overcast at 76 degrees. That's made by the Peter Channel Morning News at 5 a.m. on this Wednesday morning, September 30th, 2020. I'm Peter J. Wiggins. Hope you have a good morning and a good day. Stay safe, be positive, be upbeat, be well. We'll see you at noontime for a noontime report. Hope you have a good morning.